the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at what's now known as Paycor Stadium here in Cincinnati. Today, after a topsy-turvy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here, as it'll be the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. On the visitor's sideline, Jaguars head coach Liam Cohen. His guys ready to get this one going. On the other side, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor. His guys, on the other hand, came out on top in their opener, so they'll try to make it to 2-0 to start the new year. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals offense here ready to rock and roll. Joe Burrow is the man at quarterback.
And when he came out of college, we all knew he had a chance to be one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He got there in short fashion and elevates everyone around him. Led the league in passing last year with nearly 5,000 yards and had 43 touchdown passes. He's hoping to get his team back to the playoffs after falling just short a season ago.
1 yard gain.
They work now on 2nd and 9. They go play action with Burrow. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard
line. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. That was short one to Gesicki. Now a 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 43. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
1st and 10 at the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Burrow will throw. Open man is Yoshivas. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Burrow looking to pass. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on third down. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Open man, this is Brenton Strange, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Here's Lawrence. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Demetrius Knight in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. A short throw there to Strange. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
5 yards on the play.
Now Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Thomas. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
A gain of 11 yards. It's 4th down.
Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Well, I thought they should have punted before. Now they probably definitely need to punt, right?
Yeah, we did a little mind melding there, didn't we? Because I was wondering, why are you out there if you're not going to punt it in the first place? Now, I don't think they have any choice.
A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now they go screen. It's complete. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Called a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
This is Brown going up the middle. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he is going to have the Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now it's Burrow. Throw left side complete to Chase. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Jamar Chase.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches. 71 yards and a touchdown.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
They'll wind up getting just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing again, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
1-yard gain.
The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 15 carries, 77 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
And that'll be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now Lawrence. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And no return on this one as that kicks out of bounds, so they'll start just outside of their own 30-yard line. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got a man open, it's Chase. From the 41, this is 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Open man is Chase, complete. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Brings up 2nd and 1. At the Jaguars 40.
From the gun, a give to Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Now it's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshivas. And he is going to have a Bengals first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And the Jags grab it. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A 2nd fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a 2nd one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They'll take over after that pretty clutch forced fumble as they begin inside their own 5-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Brown. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 3 brings up second and goal.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Andre Yoshibas. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are able to add on to that lead. Evan McPherson for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Looking to put a drive together. Lawrence now off the bootleg. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. Straight ahead, ETN. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
The Bengals offense and Joe Burrow getting set for this next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
That's good for a Bengals.
An inside give, Brown. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Eric Armstead brought him down. 2 yards on the pickup.
Throwing on second down. Burrow. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now a short one to Gesicki. From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard. at the 31-yard line.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10.
Gain of 16 yards.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
They'll look to throw here. This is caught. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's another Bengals first down. First down and goal to go.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bengals are able to stretch out their lead. Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
I know, but hold on, let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Brown with his stick skills. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That's caught. It's Travis Hunter. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
16 yards. That's another Jaguars.
On first and 10, it's ETN. That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line.
From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Brenton Strange, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
It just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. and he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Burrow will throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Lawrence. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Gain of 19 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
ETN up the middle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
At the 44-yard line.
Second down and 8.
On the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
ETN once more. And he'll get maybe a couple, if that, up to the 46. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll try the left side with ETN. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Jaguars had 0-1 in the year following the loss of the opener. And what doubly stings for them, CD, they lose week 1 at home, and now here on the road week 2. So it's certainly not a must-win, but boy, you hate to start a season with 2 straight losses.
Yeah, because you sort of feel like you're playing from behind right from the beginning, and that can really mess with your confidence. Plus, if you get to 0-2, here come the articles, here comes the sports talk shows, pointing out the small percentage of teams that make the playoffs after they begin a season 0-2.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's another Jaguars first down. An 8-yard pickup. And a
A handoff for ETN. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
Lawrence will throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. Hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's a give to ETN. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. On a 1st and 10, it's Bigsby. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Britton Strange with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, it's multiple series now. They've ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They go with the empty set there. 5 receivers in the formation. Normally, you want to have a running back in the block, but in this case, he's lined up to the right, and he ends up getting the football. A lot of confusion caused defensively, and it turns into a big play.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. 2nd down and a yard. Again, it's Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now it's Burrow. And that one to the right side and incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Burrow. Now throw right side here going to be incomplete. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. McPherson's kick is good. And they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Oren Burks. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. It's our 2nd week in studio, 2nd week of the NFL season. Lots to get to, so let's get after it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. At Lambeau Field in Green Bay, the Packers at home to take on the Commanders. And it's the reigning Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels. He's looking to throw, then makes a beeline for the end zone. 12 yards on the scramble for the score. Next up, we go to the Steel City. We'll check in on the Steelers as they play host to the Seattle Seahawks. And it's a man who made the move across state this past offseason, Kenneth Gainwell. He's going to get in from 6 yards out. Lastly, let's go over to MetLife Stadium. The Jets taking on the Buffalo Bills. And it's Khalil Shakir. He's going to look in the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 77 yards for the touchdown. The Bills, trying to bounce back from a Week 1 loss, they lead at the half. We'll give you a look now at the remainder of the games in progress in the early window and what's still to come here in Week 2 of the National Football League regular season. Meanwhile, in our game, both teams have been able to move the ball effectively. It might be a question of which defense can make a stand in the second half as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The kicking team out now for the Bengals as they'll send this one away. Gets around him. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
That's complete to Parker Washington. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They go play action now. Lawrence. A short throw taken in by Long. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. Lawrence on the sneak. And he will have a Jaguars first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with it back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front.
And the Bengals are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter and say, that was the play of the game.
So here are the Bengals set to take over. They played the Browns last week, got the victory in that game, and so far so good as they've got the lead here. Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a short one to Gesicki. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 28-yard line.
Handing it off to Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 10 yards there on the Bengal first. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Open man is Yoshivas.
Complete to Andre Yoshivas. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13.
First down.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Open man, that's Gesicki down the field. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it here with Brown. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Brown once more. And this time he'll work his way in. Touchdown Bengals. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. Then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Gets past 1 man. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And now out come the Jags. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
Throw it out the window.
yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
That's good for our Jaguars. 1st down. It's a gain of 23 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Now Lawrence. Got his man. It's the tight end Strange with it. Will go down as a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the 1st tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 26. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
1st down. A gain of 15. 1st down, Jaguars.
Toss left side for Etienne. Vanderbilt's own Oren Burks had the tackle defensively. From the 23, here's the 2nd down and 6. Looking to throw, Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to Etienne. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Here's Lawrence. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7.
4 yards on the pickup.
Now Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. De'Ami Brown, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars have cut it back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
the timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Brown. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Brings up 2nd and 1.
They give it to Brown. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
And the Bengals.
They go right back to the ground here, and Brown. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Now Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
A gain of 10 makes it 3rd and
Burrow looking to pass. And that is incomplete.
intended for Mike Gesicki.
Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Jaguars offense and Trevor Lawrence getting set for this next drive. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. And they'll start on the ground. ETN. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the 29-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 4.
Lawrence will throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
A call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the fourth. Burrow on play action.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Give him 32 on the play.
That's another Bengals first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
A gain of 3 brings up second and goal.
They'll give it here to Brown. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Burrow will throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson. This will be just a 21-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further.
So that, maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Lawrence. He'll try and do this himself. Dances by him.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain of 20. That's good for a Jaguars first down. It's a gain of 20. And a Jaguar first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
And it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
And that one into the hands of Brown downfield.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30.
And the Jaguars first down. First and 10.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd and 10, Lawrence. Oh, nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
That's another Jaguars first down.
And they'll run it with Hunter. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. On the tackle there was DJ Turner. Here's a 2nd and 5. Inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 2 straight runs of 5 yards, 1st and 10.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
That'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. We got a pause following the play because it appears a member of the Bengals in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. From the gun, it's Lawrence. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Brenton Strange, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game. And the Jaguars have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. It's been quite the game for him individually, a trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. So one play and they're already just shy of midfield.
First down.
Running right, here's Brown. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Brown to the 36-yard line. Stop there. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeout?
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals are on their way to a 2-0 start. Well, that's certainly an important touchdown there and makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
The
Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And this one incomplete. So So they wait for the 2. They don't get it. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And able to get this out to the 25. The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Straight ahead, ETN. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. Another 18-yard gain. They had 18 on the previous snap as well.
First and 10.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
On first down, right back to ETN. 2nd and 9.
The tackle by Demetrius Knight. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and
A give, it's ETN off the option. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Bigsby. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
it's a gain of 6. First down.
Bigsby once more. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
That's good for a Jaguars. First down.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught by Bigsby. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Tank Bigsby, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Jags are back within a score. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
For the Jaguars.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Bengals offense and Jamar Chase set to take over once more. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Burrow gets this one quickly out wide. And he'll get nothing out of that one. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 2nd down.
At the 28-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now they go play action now. Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
10 at the 48-yard line.
From the gun, a give to Brown. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. To the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will pin him nicely inside the 20 as it's out of bounds at about the 14-yard line. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars down by 5. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete.
That open man that time, they ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now Lawrence. Throw out wide, going to be incomplete. Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence. He'll try to do it himself. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. He'll get that underneath ETN. Here's 2nd down and 3.
Complete to Travis Etienne.
Back to throw. Pass complete, Thomas. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down.
A gain of 9 yards.
He's back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
That's a good read there, partner. He sent everyone deep and got them to follow. Instead of opened up the gap in the middle of the field, he ended up picking up good yardage.
Back to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So So for Cincinnati, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Jags,